Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. Hey New Orleans lady. Hey DG. Uh-oh, DG over 8 today. Hey Lisa. I started to do a video. I started recording a video. It was early this morning. I got up super early to put the turkey in. And then I got involved with that live chat over on that Dave channel. And so I didn't finish the video at all. I'm going to play what I have so far. Actually, I can't remember. I think my phone rang or something. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I'm going to play what I have so far. I'm going to play it for just like a minute, and then I'll check back to see if you guys can hear it, to make sure you can hear it okay. So, oh wait, let's see. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, there are a couple of channel creators who are supposedly bitterly embroiled in some sort of a tit for tat, back and forth. Oh, fight, right? How else are they going to have any content? They're plugged into the drama community, that's for sure. Even though they call themselves true crimers. Well, a video was posted in the last day or so where one of them is requesting for somebody to explain how it could be that the other channel creator would be able to prevail in a lawsuit against her based on her simply reading off comments from social media that she repeatedly states are public record, quote unquote, public record. To be clear, I am not offering legal advice to her, and I do not take a side on the ongoing feud between them. So to be open with you guys, I will say this. The one who is reading off what she's claiming is nothing more than public record has posted some pretty vile content promoting hatred against me. She ridiculed me. She ridiculed my education. There's just no doubt about it. The content she posted against me was defamatory. I've asked her to remove it. She's failed to do so. So evidently she doesn't mind risking being sued by me for defamation. But with the feud she has going with that other channel creator, pretty much, in my opinion, I think they're two peas in a pod. And I think they kind of deserve each other, quite frankly. But I'll go ahead and get started with an explanation for her on how it is that the other channel creator could potentially prevail in a lawsuit against her. First of all, she keeps repeating that she's simply reading off, quote, public records, as if that explanation would somehow absolve her of any liability, civil or criminal, as a result of her actions. Social media posts are not, quote, public records. And YouTubers and Facebookers, along with authors of books, are not on what is known as the, quote, public stage. These are legal terms with specific meanings. Having a channel on YouTube or having a Facebook group and posting content, or writing books for that matter, does not constitute placing any person on, quote, the public stage. And the content of any social media platform or anything you find in a Google search is not the quote public record. Every person in the United States has a right to privacy and a right to live a peaceful existence without being attacked, harassed, slandered, libeled, doxxed, or having people like either one of those channel creators promoting hatred against the other. The other channel creator has the right to her privacy, and she has the right to live a peaceful existence. She has the right to have a true crime channel and to discuss true crime cases, which are actually on the public stage. However, neither one of those channel creators have the right to harass each other, to defame each other, to intentionally inflict emotional distress against the other, to slander each other, etc. Which brings us to another legal term. And by the way, all of the actual legal terms, if you want a full explanation, you really should seek legal advice from your lawyer. Okay? Don't just Google it. Don't just watch a video on YouTube. Talk to your lawyer and have your lawyer explain it to you for a full understanding. Actual public records are records through the public sites, and even when they're not offered online, right? They're accessible through the public entities, such as a city, a county, a state. Some offer public records online. Others, you have to, send in the money to get copies of whatever, or you have to physically go in the door to request information. Even though it's public records, you may not be able to easily access this information without physically going in the door, right? But it doesn't matter. However you access this information, you do not have the right to disclose the information or to discuss the information with others. When you access said public records, you agree. You state that you understand that you will not use that information to harass or expose or harm others. So even though something may be public record, and I'm not talking about Facebook comments, okay? I'm talking about actual records. Even though public records may be readily accessible, it does not give the person who is accessing the public record the right to use those public records to harass another person. If you're a creditor and you want to access somebody's financial information, then it is required you have permission, written permission to do so from the party whose information you are seeking. If you're an employer and you're seeking background information on somebody who's applied for a job with your company, again, it is required you have that party's written permission to do so. Any information gleaned from any background check is not information that you are free to share. Here are a couple of examples specific to the case of Christopher Watts: arrest records and bankruptcy records. For over 3 years straight, in discussing the case of Christopher Watts, while one channel after another and Facebook groups also are posting bankruptcy and arrest records of certain people associated with the case, you may have noticed that both of those issues are ones that I have not discussed. I have not posted any arrest records. I have not posted any bankruptcy information. And there's a reason. Because I don't have the right to. And neither does anybody else. in my opinion, to do so is purely harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and also, in my opinion, an argument could be made that it is slanderous, defamatory, libelous, and being done with malicious intent to promote hatred and even violence, depending on the outcome. For example, if somebody goes real light after a channel creator has riled them up, could that other channel creator prevail in a lawsuit? I think she could. But there's another legal term that she may want to consider before she files a lawsuit against the one who's reading off all those comments. The term is, quote, clean hands. Because I highly doubt that either one of those channel creators who are supposedly feuding with each other right now have clean hands. In the event the other channel creator would sue the one who's reading those comments, then the one who's reading those comments would have the privilege to have her lawyers depose the other channel creator. And her lawyers would also have the power of subpoena. And that information that her lawyers would have access to may lead to information that the channel creator who, I guess, is being harmed. I don't know. I don't know what the damages are. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't think she'd want the channel creator who's reading off those comments to see that information. I just don't. I think both women, just my opinion, I think they both have a lot to hide. If you want to know, though, at the end of the day, I actually think this whole feud is fake. I think it's scripted, and I think it's fake, but that's just my opinion. I've seen this crap go on for 3 years straight between these channel creators. Fight, fight, fight. And it seems to keep their subs going with those super chats, you know? How to make a quick buck off the deaths of 2 innocent children. I guess, I don't know. I guess this is one of the ways that they have found, it appears, to keep the easy money rolling in. Here's one more point. The channel creator is reading comments that were posted on Facebook. Hey guys, there are a couple of channel creators who are supposedly okay, that's as far as I got before my phone rang. So, the point that I was going to make when my phone rang was that the one person is reading comments from Facebook posts, okay? And she repeatedly refers to those comments as public record, which it is not public record at all. And if it were, which it isn't, that would give her no right to be reading them. Hello. But she, of all people, I would think, would be fully aware that scumbag attackers post defamatory content intentionally with malice on social media using fake profiles and posting one lie after another about whoever they're attacking at that moment. When the case of Christopher Watts first hit the headline news, which was when the case of Christopher Watts entered onto the public stage, meaning, yes, we do have the right to discuss it. I was on a 2-week vacation and hiking up in the hills of Delaware and Maryland, checking out the butterflies. I had not heard of the case at all until I returned from my 2-week vacation. And it was a couple of weeks after the case had hit the headline news. Already, by the time I returned home from my vacation, the scumbag attackers had already created 6 fake profiles using my name and my profile picture. And they were posting fake comments all over Facebook as if those comments were posted by me. Facebook removed 6 fake profiles in September of 2018 alone. By then, the hate campaign was in full swing. Perplexed and Go Hump a Dog had already posted threatening and disgusting videos about me. And keep in mind, they had both blamed Christopher Watts' wife for the tragedy. But they try to shoo that away, right? When evidently they figured there was more money to make on the other side. They were both promoting hatred, violence, harassment against me. Perplexed admitted on video that in September of 2018, she created a Facebook group for the sole purpose of harassing me. They were harassing me before I had even heard of the case. And they were using fake profiles as their go-to for their supposed reason, as they tried to virtue signal. Others who were and are associated with the two posted libelous and defamatory posts on other social media platforms. Harassing phone calls started to my family members, my employers, my friends. False police reports were filed. My home addresses were doxed. My family members were doxed. When any one of the scumbag attackers joined in attacking me, they joined in committing defamation. And I'm here to tell you, I do have clean hands. It is common knowledge that information posted online by scumbag attackers is not verified to be true. So for the one channel creator to be reading off Facebook comments or any comments from any social media platform as if it is true information that she's reading, right? Creating hours-long videos focusing solely on one person, then in my opinion, it seems obvious that she is engaging in an attempt to defame, harass, and to intentionally, and I would argue maliciously, inflict emotional distress. There was another live chat too. There's a newer channel. She's, suddenly got all these subscribers and all these other channel creators are hopping right up on her panel. Like I said before, we've seen all this before, you guys. We've watched for 3 years while the scumbag attackers come and go. And she's doing her little ditty on defamation too, as if she knows what she's talking about. There's another one with a very heavy accent There are a couple of others, 3 at least, and even more, with very heavy accents. 3 of them are from Australia. I don't know where the 4th one's from. Giving their insights into what defamation means. I think it's really interesting that people from Australia are so hell-bent on trying to define U.S. law for the masses. I also think it's interesting that people from Australia are seeming so hell-bent on trying to cry out that we need new laws in the United States. So I guess the message with all of this is, please don't take any of what any of the scumbag attackers are saying about defamation, slander, libel, any of it, and even harassment. Don't take any of it as being true. They're reading scripts, you guys. If you watch their videos closely, you don't even have to watch closely, you'll see them glancing off to their script. You'll see the women oftentimes wearing glasses. You'll see the women sometimes wearing baseball caps. You'll see the men wearing baseball caps. They're reading scripts. They're keeping the fight going so that they can keep trying to rake in easy money. Star Mama says they take turns. When they are told to do the script, the crap starts. I think about once a month they sign up for different roles, actually. I think probably on a daily basis they are reading what they should choose from, what to do that day. Gee, maybe it's good to bash this one or that one. And you know, the other day in a live chat, we were talking about the possibility of whether or not Christopher Watt's wife may have been one of them. Think about it. She was on social media, 24/7, or at least 5 days a week or more, while 2 children were sent to the daycare center? And those attacks sure did start immediately, as soon as the case hit the headline news. And different people claim to be, best friends with different people, right? Close friends, good friends. They say they've been working together for 3 years already before the case of Christopher Watt hit the headlines. Something else, I got up super early this morning to put the turkey in the oven, and I went to the computer course. I got up earlier than I needed to put the turkey in. I thought, yeah, I'll go ahead and see what's going on before I get busy in the kitchen. And that Dave guy from Australia was doing a live chat, and I jumped in to watch what it was he was saying. And let me tell you, it was interesting. There were a lot of people in that live chat who were very respectful of each other's opinions. There were a lot of good topics being covered. That Dave guy played the law enforcement interviews of both Christopher Watt's father-in-law and his brother-in-law. Yes, Susie, it was a good live. And yes, it was 3 a.m. or something. I think it was like 3:30 or something. And then I think around 4 or 4:30, I got busy in the kitchen. But that was the fastest turkey ever, because that live chat was actually interesting. There were a couple of interesting points that were made, too, that I hadn't heard before. And, it's like every time you listen to any of the interviews or any of this stuff, it seems like you can pick up on another little tidbit that you think, wait a minute, I didn't know about that. What was the one, Susie, that, let me think. When he said, Miss Mensa, listen to this. And I was like, whoa, because I had never connected that before. The one I was focusing on, or one of them, was how I think it was the interview with Christopher Watt's father-in-law telling law enforcement that some people have said that Christopher Watt's sister was there the day of the incident. And then, dun, 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 with the interview of Christopher Watt's brother-in-law, there was also mention made of the sister-in-law that I thought, what? What the hey? Are they attempting to implicate Christopher Watt's sister? But there were other things too. And remember, in the brother-in-law's police interview, didn't he say that he heard the truck pulling in the drive? And another one was how Christopher Watt's father-in-law said that he FaceTimed the girls on Sunday night. And he's using the term FaceTime evidently on Facebook because he said that right in his police interview, that he FaceTimed them on Facebook and that he FaceTimed them Sunday evening. But he also said that Christopher Watt shut down his Facebook the week before. Again, dun, dun, dun. I mean, come on. I thought that was really interesting. Yes, he wasn't sure. He said, I believe, but yeah, he wasn't sure. And that would have been the last time that he would have spoken to his grandchildren. And a lot of us in the chat were saying, that's interesting. So it was actually a very interesting live chat. I recommend it, actually, if you haven't seen it, to take a peek at it, because it was interesting. That's the best word for it. And it was very good the way people were able to state their opinions without getting pounced on. Then after that, after, the turkey was in the oven, I actually fell back to sleep. Then when I got up, I saw just a few minutes of a video from people who were slamming the Dave guy, like slamming him big time. And again, they were all about, educating their subs on what defamation means, or slander, or whatever they were saying. And I really take issue with that video because, I don't know about you guys, but I am so tired of the virtue signaling. I am so tired of all the bullshit that we're being told and all the accusations against anybody who has any interest in true crime case discussions. Once again, they were saying the case is closed. So what? So's the O.J. Simpson case. So's the Stephen Avery case. Tell that to 100,000 people who signed a petition to try to get our president to somehow free Stephen Avery, who is guilty as sin. So I guess if you can have 100,000 people discussing the case of Stephen Avery, maybe we can discuss the case of Christopher Watts. But boo-hoo, because if we do, then we're just evil, right? Bullshit. We're not evil. In fact, we're the only channel that focuses on what poor little Bella and Cece suffered through. We're the only channel. The scumbag attackers may be able to read their scripts for the most part without mispronouncing most of the words. But for some reason, they just can't seem to grasp the obvious, that their failure to ever address the issues regarding Bella and Cece and what they suffered through, well, it definitely shines the light on their true intentions. Channel creators who are basically scumbag attackers hopping on, to try to promote an agenda or narrative or whatever, evidently with promises that they'll be rich and famous someday, oftentimes claim that Christopher Watt's wife was an excellent mother, that it's normal for kids to have to go to the emergency room, that they've watched the videos and they haven't seen anything wrong at all with her parenting. What's that tell you, folks? Well, what it tells me is they're reading a script. Because remember, anytime one of them hops up on the panel and we give them a quick trivia question about the case, they can't answer the questions. And they're pretty simple and obvious, too. Star Mama said they both were unsure of a lot of things. Forgot? Wow. Yeah, those interviews are very interesting. One thing that I do think is bad about those interviews is how law enforcement did not redact their personal information. And I think that Dave and anybody else who plays those to discuss with their channel, with their subs, I think it would be smart to redact any personal information or to just talk, loudly during that part of the tape or something. I'm surprised that all of that information in the discovery was released to the public without being properly redacted. That makes no sense. Which reminds me of that Megan. Have you guys seen Megan doing any videos lately? Because she was really going strong one after another, and then all of a sudden I don't see her doing any videos. I wonder why. I don't know. Could it be that she was part of the pack? I know she doesn't seem to be, but I've always wondered how it was that she didn't get attacked at all. As far as I know, she didn't get attacked at all for at least a couple, 3 years, right? Why? And why were the scumbag attackers so welcoming to her and even making her a mod? Why? And why was she in all those discussions if she honestly doesn't believe that anything happened? That just never made sense. I just went to a new screen here and I'm seeing if it's here. Yep, she's still there. And it looks like her last video, it looks like was 8 days ago. So she is still there. But it seemed there for a while she was really active. And now it doesn't seem like she's quite as active. So, okay, we're at the 35-minute mark. I'll stop talking so much about other stuff, about the whole drama crap stuff. That gives us 25 minutes because this is a 1 hour special, guys. So let's go ahead and list what we're thankful for. Ooh, I didn't know that, Cecile. She got banned from most channels. I didn't know that. Star Mama says, I don't pay any mind to them since my experience. You better know a creator well before you get involved in trusting them. Ain't that the truth, Star Mama? Okay, we'll keep talking about it just for a second. Does it make any of you just want to puke? And I don't even like that word, but it just seems to be effective in this sentence. Does it make any of you just want to puke when you see channel creators applauding other channel creators who you know from personal experience are nothing but scumbag attackers? Jeanette says, I was putting our case on another channel and the comments were completely ignored. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Another thing that happens is often when I'll head into a live chat, all of a sudden they'll say, oh, let's go ahead and say goodnight. Let's go ahead and close this down. And I think, uh-oh, they might be afraid of what questions I might ask. Susie says she finds it bizarre that people are crying over trust and best friends. Exactly. I'm sorry, but if your best friend is on YouTube, get off YouTube. Okay, here we go with the thankfulness. Star Mama starts us off with, I'm thankful for my family, my real friends, and my freedom. Okay, I'm going to say ditto to Star Mama's list because that's exactly what my comment would be also. And I think a lot of us here. I'll say it again. Star Mama says, I'm thankful for my family, my real friends, and my freedom. And my health, right? And my clients. And I'm thankful that we're living in, my opinion, one of the best countries in the world. Contrary Marge says, Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for having food and nice holiday treats and for live chat specials like this. Well, thank you for being here, Marge. Susie says, in the UK, we don't do Thanksgiving, but to join in, I'm thankful for life. Mary says, ditto, Star Mama. I think we do have a lot to be thankful for, that's for sure. Cecile says, I'm thankful for the love received and given. You know what else I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for the Bobs. Because you know what? We've taken a lot of crap over the last. And through it all, we keep right on standing for our right to discuss the case of Christopher Watts if we want to. So I'm thankful for the strength that we have, for the ability to say, up yours to the scumbag attackers. So I'm thankful for the Bobs. Without the Bobs, without the Bobs attitude, we'd be like, uh-oh, they're threatening to sue us. Uh-oh, they're threatening to throw us in prison for life. Uh-oh, they might attack us. Did you guys see that one live chat from the other day? I commented on it in our last live chat. That still just irritates me. It really does. Again, somebody from a different country promoting the need for new laws in the United States. She outright attacked me. Attacked. Well, the two hosts sat right there and let her. And, you know, they promote themselves as just wanting to provide a safe place for everybody to be. Ooh, right? Bullshit. Because as soon as that attacker started in, right? Oh boy, they went silent. Go ahead, lady. Say whatever you want to say. Go ahead. Attack her. But then she said the name Critical K. And one of the hosts, well, the other one was laughing. One of them stopped her immediately. So that tells me, just my opinion, that there's a little connection there to the Critical K pack. Well, they claim that they're just, you know, decent people wanting to provide a safe space. Yeah, the new safe space is hilarious. I actually went to the little 3 dots and said, don't recommend this channel anymore. That come on, you guys. Like I said before, we've seen all this before. Different day. How does that go? Same shit, different day, I think is how that goes. Even the Dave channel, I have to wonder, okay, who is he connected to, right? Because I don't buy into all the AD crap. I don't think they're really fighting. I don't think anyone's really against them. I think it's all planned. I think it's all part of the money grubbing agenda. Oh, there's a newer one. Can you give me the initials of it? Let's see if we can. Oh, geez. Yeah, there must be big money in attacking the recliner. Yeah, who's Mensa? Oh, the Coven of Witches, of course. And that witches thing, that was one of the first things that the scumbag attackers were saying. They took a photo, and lo and behold, they took my photo from Facebook. Wait a minute, I thought it's copyrighted. I thought that they didn't have the right to use a Facebook photo. They took my photo from Facebook from when I graduated from law school, and they passed it around saying that that was me at a witches convention, to which I replied, must be they've never been to a college graduation ceremony. I think what we should do between Thanksgiving and like the New Year, I don't know. I don't want to get too dreamy here. You know what we should do though? We should try not to discuss the drama. And if I start talking about it, then you guys remind me. Let's make it like the holiday. You know, we can go on sabbatical from even observing the drama queens and kings. I checked my email to you guys before the live chat, and Cindy Watts never replied. I have a feeling that probably somebody was saying to her very quickly, don't you dare reply to her email. So that's too bad. But it kind of answers the question, too, of whether or not we want to spend any energy. Yes, let's have a drama-free zone for the holidays. That would be nice. Oh, Star Mom is going to be the assistant witch. You can be the witch. I'll be your assistant. Yeah, I think the non-reply is a really good reply. Hey, Tennyson. We're doing fine. This is going to be a 1-hour Thanksgiving special. So we have 15 minutes left in the hour. And we're just talking about the drama stuff. But we've decided we're going to have a drama-free zone. I'll put Cecile's comment up there. A drama-free zone for the holidays. So if I start talking about the drama, then you guys steer me right. Marge says the Shiners get dressed up to walk around a food court and the empty banquet hall with only a few 8x12 tables with plastic. Wait, wasn't that a birthday party at a daycare center? I thought it was at a daycare center. And then you got to stand sideways, line up, stand sideways. Everyone puts their hands on their hips. And then they look at the camera like they're successful. How's that go? Fake it till you make it. I'll say again, you guys, if you haven't seen the Dave live chat from early this morning, definitely check it out because that was an interesting conversation. Jeanette says she'll be Flo from Macbeth. Tennyson says that she said, so SW was going to start Bella early for kindergarten? Bella wasn't ready. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. In Christopher Watt's father-in-law's interview with law enforcement, he said something about Bella starting kindergarten. There's no way. There's no way. I looked it up. In Colorado, there is an age requirement, and Bella wasn't even old enough to start kindergarten. And we've seen the videos. Was she prepared for kindergarten? Really? I don't think so. Tennyson said she couldn't say brownie, remember? I think she said something like brownie. I highly doubt Bella would have been accepted into any kindergarten program after any sort of screening. And she wasn't old enough. If you're going to start a kid earlier than what the law requires for the minimum wage, I almost said minimum wage, minimum age, then they better be like a Ben Shapiro type. You know what I mean? Her birthday wasn't until December, after the cutoff. But you know what? I think that probably Christopher Watt's wife was telling everybody she was starting kindergarten. Maybe that was another angle she had, thinking she could con Christopher Watts into thinking he had to stay. Maybe she thought that if she conned everyone into believing that Bella was in kindergarten, then she could con Christopher Watts into not losing the house or something. Marge says that Bella was age 3 or so and sadly seemed awkward. I know, it is very sad. It is very sad. And Cece at age 3 seemed more like 12 to 18 months in development, I'm talking. Wasn't Cece still in diapers at age 3? Tennyson says it sounds like Christopher Watt's wife lied to everybody. Her dad really did believe that Thrive gave her a car. Yes, and Ronnie also believed that she was 35th from the top. Susie said she was behind for her age. I think both girls were very far behind for their ages. Marge says, thinking the only time she was ever taught anything was probably at school because she knocked them out to sleep. I agree with you. Hi, December. I agree with you, and I wonder if she had any drugs in her system before she was driven to daycare. Jeanette said that Rue Jr. did not answer a lot of questions. There were a couple of them that were noticeable to me. Feel free to add on, Jeanette, if I miss the ones you're thinking of. But I think law enforcement asked something like, how often did you see your sister? That question was never really answered, in my opinion. Well, not as much as I should have or liked to or something like that. I was going to come for Halloween or something like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but hadn't it already been like 3 years? That was not at all the impression, it seems, that was being given to law enforcement. Yes, Tennyson, I noticed that too. In Christopher Watt's father-in-law's interview with law enforcement, he said that she would pass out in a chair. And that was my thought too at the time. When I heard that, I thought, pass out? He commented also on how her legs were so strong and how she was a fighter. Okay, well, if law enforcement hears that, and there are 2 children who are dead, I don't know. Wouldn't you be interested to know which one of them had a temper? Not the children, the parents. Wouldn't that kind of pique your interest a little bit to find out about such a bad temper? And did you hear how both of them were pretty much throwing shade on Cindy Watts, right? Oh, she didn't go to the wedding. Big flippin' deal. Yes, that was kind of creepy, wasn't it, December, about laughing about the canyons. Remember the canyons? Star Mama says, yes, why did she pass out in a chair? Meds? Liquor? Marge says, I think she was a pillhead. December says all of them sounded like they were reading from the same script. Yeah, the whole idea that anyone would be discussing the wedding from 5.5 years earlier makes no sense to me. Yeah, the wedding with the poisoned vegetable platter and the tainted cupcakes. But boy, we learned how much the celiac disease-stricken wife of Christopher Watts enjoyed drive-through food, fast food, takeout from Bojangles. And the whole idea with the EpiPens, at one point, one of them, I don't know which one, said something like, oh yeah, she was so allergic, talking about Cece, I think. She was so allergic that Christopher Watt's wife would carry 2 pens with her. Well, that's what happens if your doctor prescribes EpiPens for you. You are to carry 2 of them with you. That's how EpiPens work. Deborah says, I think he meant that Jamie was at her parents' house. Well, but didn't the brother-in-law also make some sort of mention of that same rumor? Star Mama says, the truth will come out. It's just a matter of time. You can't hide things forever. I agree with you, Star Mama. I think the truth will come out. I think that's why over 3 years later, there are still scumbag attackers creating videos trying to scare people away from talking about the case. Deborah says, my husband doesn't have Facebook, but he always FaceTimes my grandkids. Well, that's fine. But in that interview, if you listen closely, Deborah, he says that he FaceTimed every evening on Facebook. So he was referring to FaceTiming on Facebook. And then later in the interview, he said that Christopher Watts shut down his Facebook a week prior. Mary says, I never knew Bella was allergic to eggs. Well, you're good, Mary, because I highly doubt she ever was. But yeah, Christopher Watts' wife posted how she would take the eggs out of the food she was eating and how the doctor told her that's because she knew she was allergic or something like that. Or I think it was her idea, actually, that she must have known she was allergic to them. But she could eat some eggs. Again, I think those allergies were only when it was convenient, just like lupus. You do realize she told Cindy Watts she was cured, right? And she told another person, too, close to the family, that she was cured. Star Mama says, always have a backup of those pens. Doctors tell you that to be safe. That's why they prescribe 2 at a time. You're supposed to keep 2 with you. Sophia says, hi all. I was really impressed with Dave today. Yes, Susie, no doubt. She was cured with Thrive. No doubt about it. She was cured all right. We have 3 minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and type Happy Thanksgiving. And along with Happy Thanksgiving, I'm going to go ahead and start us off with, there it is. Good night, John Boy. Agree says if Chris married Nikki, he would be the best mechanic ever, but he married the Shano. He faked his life. Katie says, Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Sophia says, thank you for this. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Thank you, love. Star Mama says, good night, Grandma. Good night, Mary Ellen. Susie says, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. There it is. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Marge. Mary says, thank you, and chat. Let's plan to do a live chat this weekend. If you guys aren't too busy shopping for Christmas, let's go ahead and plan on hooking up Saturday or Sunday. And remember, if I start talking about the drama crap in the true crime community on social media, then you guys keep me in, remind me and keep me in the right lane, I think is how they say it. Star Mama says, good night, Bobs. Marge says, happy Thanksgiving. So remember, be safe. Susie says, bye all, with the heart. Oh, Star Mama's getting a head start on her Christmas shopping. She has just 2 gifts left to buy. There she goes, the super achiever. Cecile says, thank you, And chat, don't forget to remind us about vitamin D. Mary says, bye, Susie. Spacebound says, great or good vibes. I'm not sure. Or no, GN, good vibes. I don't know what that means, Spacebound. Marge says, good night, Elizabeth and Jim Bob. Oh, Marge, we're old, aren't we? We're old. Because we all know exactly who you're talking about right there. So, okay, here we go. Remember, be safe, be healthy. Don't forget your vitamin D. Get lots of good sleep. Be sure that you're properly hydrated. Go for a good walk. In the woods if you can. Definitely outside if you can. But even, if you can't, Like gyms are good, shopping malls are good. And know that you are loved. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll see you this weekend.